Hi, I went out again on my bike with my mate this morning and along the Wandle. This is from Ravensbury Park. I took a photograph, put it on my phone, and I haven't developed it. I even looked at it. It's just a wide part of the river, very shallow, very fast flowing. And there's some of these lovely willow trees on the bank in the distance, and the light coming through here. No buildings in this bit. It's quite a narrow park, but very, very beautiful. Very lucky to have it on our. We're all within riding distance of our little legs. So I'm going to do the line and wash with it. I say line, it's really just a little crooked. But I'm using that India ink. If you watched yesterday's video, I added a little bit of water to see if I could thin it down a bit. So we'll just see what happens. But I'm using the Fabriano. Which is quite a smooth paper, but very, very nice for wetting wet. So I will just bring some of these. It's quite a thick chunk here. I'll use a brush with this as well. Now these are quite big trees. They're quite thick. I've got one growing in my garden, but I do try to keep it a bit under control. This is not really a suitable tree for a suburban garden, but they just sort of cascade and over and sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Let's get there. Just thickening it up, and this is an old stick. I've had this donkey's years. In fact, I think I catched it off an artist that was demonstrating it for Cashwater and Wallington Art Group many years ago. I can't remember who it was now. I don't think it was Ted Western. It might have been. I'm convinced I saw one of his last demonstrations before he departed this mortal coil. Wonderful artist, Ted Weston. Wonderful line and wash drawings, just pure ink and just beautiful, beautiful detail. But he could paint very, very loosely. It's very similar to Seago. I hope Ted's getting the recognition he richly deserved. I've got 3 books on him, and I know Alan Owen loves him. He knew him too. Ted was a member of the Wapping Art Group, which is a very prestigious art group. One of my fellow artists who I don't know personally, went to my son's school. John Stillman's just been elected, well last year was elected a member of this group, and another member, whose name escapes me for the moment, we see at Whitstable when we go to the coast or to stay in Canterbury. We get the buses all over the place. He sells his work there. Just very rough here. One time I put the paint on this and a bit of brushwork, this dyes back a lot of the ink. So there's just I'll do that with ink. With a brush. It's amazing how much you can get with just this stick. So it hits and misses. Oh no, nice enough. And we've got some over here. Let's just. These are quite big. It's an island here. Well, not an island, it's not a falling tree. It's still very thick. It's a lovely ink. I'm not knocking it. But I want to keep this side subordinate to that side. This is the other bank. There's a sort of a landing stage here. There might have been a boat, like a model, like a boating lake, but now that we could vandalise. I'd like to do these quicker, but doing this as well as the painting, it all adds to the time. Well, let's just. I'm only going to do one today. I didn't do this if it doesn't work out very nice. Right, okay, that'll do. Let's clean that off. So I don't have to. So is this just a pointed stick? Anything? Pick it up out of a skip. Any bits of wood will do, but you can use pens, quills, anything you like. Now I'm going to use a rigger now. I've got a pot of water over there that I'm going to keep specifically for cleaning the black out of the brush when I've finished, rather than taint my water. So let's just. This is the bank coming around here. Into the distance. We'll call this Ravensbury Park, but it could be anywhere really. I'm not working from any reference material, just making free with the brush, just to show you how exciting this can be. Let's get in some I mean, you could do the whole thing with a rigger. These are very, very thick, big trees. I want to show the majesty of it. I think this could still be thinner. Get the reflections pulled down into this. I have to watch the I've gone very, very thick and heavy with this, but I'm rushing this. But you don't have to. There's sort of a fence along here. Just some railings along there. Right, let's do some of this here. Now, this sort of island, it's just the bank there. And there are trees all the way along this bank. I can only show a few of them. Let's put a bit of water in there. Oops. All in shadow here. All spring green trees coming in here. Right. Put some trees in here. Now this is where we've got some sort of bushy stuff here sticking up in the river. It's like all sort of branches and right, let's see what we can make of that with a brush. I mean, with the paint. Let's get that in there. I'll have to dry this off a little bit. Right, that's it. That's all I'm doing. Let's give it a bit of a blot and a dry with a dryer. Right. That's for the tea. Well, let's hope that's waterproof. Right, wearing shorts today. It's beautiful, beautiful day. Right, okay, the hake, usual colours: lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. not necessarily going to use them. My wife sorted out a castle name 4X. I wouldn't give a 4X for it. I wouldn't either. I've never bought a pint in my life. Only drink real ales or real lagers. Hopefully chemical free. Right, wet all over. We used to have a reputation for warm beers. Well, our beers, who wants to drink cold, freezing cold beer in the winters? And this is lagers, and lager is a cooler beer anyway. But our beer is no longer a joke, the old real ale. And I believe in America now, there are something like over 200 microbrewers brewing English ales. They grow the hops there, but the English hops, Fuggles, Goldings, and they produce cask conditioned ales, and they're getting very popular. That is moving a little bit, like the ink work. Anyway, right, we'll try and paint the day. It was a bit of a misty blue today, and it was a bit cool to start with. My little legs were a bit cold, but as the mist was burnt off with the sun, it's got warmer and warmer. Mix a bit of red in there. Now there, bit of red in there in the water, and a bit of the blue. In the reflections, this will be the bottom would be where the blue, the overhead would be deepest. Okay, we'll let that go. And I'll reclip the paper and I'll give it a bit of a dry, so we can quickly get into the background. I'm hoping to do a couple more knife paintings this week. But I might do them 16 inches by 12. I've got a couple of frames that I could usefully employ. And the one I did Saturday is the first one I've done for about 2 years. But it's a lovely way of painting. You can cover a lot of canvas board very quickly. I know that I've overdone the ink work and I'm going to have to start easing up on it, but I'm trying this new India ink. Now the background colours, I'll put some blue, bit of grey, touch of lemon yellow. I'm going to put this background in here. This is the trees behind the trees. A nice bit of spring green in there. And I'll just bring that down there. Same there. You always mix a bit of grey with this, just to kill the blue. Right, let's get a little bit of dark in there, so a bit of red, a bit of blue, the darker, because this is all shadow. There's these whacking great trees here. Okay, we'll put in a bit of spring green on there, so lemon yellow. Bit of grey, and just a bit of darker green in there, I think. Oh, it really is just stroking in. We've still got some loads and loads of lovely daffodils. Let's just put some darker in there. Okay, let's put in some reflection now of the greens. There. Going to give that a bit of a dry. And I'll try to put in with the rigger some warmer colours in the banks now. Warmer, I mean red, orangey. That's a bit of the rigger. Stretch the paper. Right, so light red, have a bit of lemon yellow, and we'll just wonder what alizarin. I don't use a lot of alizarin. I've got two blues, well a blue and a grey, two blues, two reds and two yellows, with the addition of the burnt sienna. So if I mix the lemon yellow with, no, it's not going to show over there. Right, it's all green, all green. All lovely green. No, I'm going to let that go. There's not a lot I can really do with that. I can put a few more branches in. Just supplement the black with some warmer twigs, just to warm up what is now gone a cold picture. Probably too cold, but greenish sort of tints. Just a few wiggly lines here to show a bit of movement. It's a very fast flowing. It's only a chalk stream, which means that it's the base of it is chalk. It's not muddy, and you can see the bottom. Well, you can at the moment because the mud and the sewage that got leached into it has it's all vanished. Right, I'll sign that and we'll put a mount on it and see what we have done. I'll move the camera around so you can see it square on. Right, I'll just get a bit of masking fluid, masking tape, and just put that there. Get the mount. Well, there we are. It's quite dramatic, a bit heavy there, but you can make your own mind up. You can try yourselves, and see what you come up with. It's done very, very quickly, as you saw. Let's move myself. That's better. So it looks quite reasonable there. Let's just go back into that, and you can see what I've done. Overdone really, but I've just added some warm notes in that shadow just to bring it closer. And let's have a look at the water. I did most of the reflection when the thing was wet, when I did the sky, shall I say. Well, when I did the sky, I painted the reflections while it was wet, and I think that was quite dramatic. It was very, very attractive this morning. I thought that's going to make a nice demo. Again, I've done it several times, as you know, but see it in different lights, in times of day, well, mostly in the morning, but different seasons. Oops, no. I've made it look more distant than it actually is. We're looking probably 150 yards down here. 200. I've made it look much further, but then it's a painting, it's not a photograph. I've got the photograph, but I haven't got it developed, so I just put it on my phone for future reference. But there we are, Ravensbury Park in Mitcham, on the border of Mitcham and Morden, South London suburb, Surrey chalk stream, the River Wandle. So you've got the Wandle and the park. My attempt at doing a very fast willow tree. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.